Hey, welcome back, YouTubers, to another hashtag TTH review and update on the D-Day build for Bolt Action. So there's been a few minor updates and changes. Because I'm trying to make this thing playable, I've got to have enough spots as possible for the beach defenders or troops in general, like figures. And luckily, because of the scale, I've managed to do so. So I'm trying to utilize as much space as possible. So, for example, one of the changes I did today was this. This is going to be a Nibelwaffe pit. Yes, I know on D-Day they didn't really have them. They had flak 88s and a few other artillery pieces, but not the Nibelwaffe. I mean, they could. I don't know. You can let me know down in the comments. But for purposes of gameplay, I think this will be a perfect little firing pit for either a mortar team, some more troops, or 20 mil, or a Nibelwaffe, or a flak 88, for example. I added the trench in and I put these up for the camo nets just to add a bit of realism. Don't, please guys, ignore the colors. They are purely base colors for now. So yeah, some more men. So I mean, off the top of my head, you're looking at 28 millimeter figures. So I reckon maybe about 10 minifigs you can squeeze in there or more plus. So this gives you a bit of a nice firing arc down for the troops that are coming off the beach. Oh, sorry. There we go. Coming off the beach, you got this line of defense over here. And then over here, I'm quite pleased with this, how this turned out. Another bit of a, this would be like another piece of a defense trench. So if I really could and had the space and the time, I would get another one of these boards and then sort of build out. But I think if I had to do that, I would have had to do it from the start, to keep everything level, which would be really cool. But for now, because of space, and this is a scenario based table mainly for infantry with a few vehicles. So yeah, so this is how it's going. I'm a bit disappointed with myself because I started adding in these pieces of balsa wood here to make it a bit more trench like. And I stupidly did this after I had filled in that trench and this little pit over here. So yeah, I could cut the stuff out and then redo it like this. But you know what? I did some research on D-Day. When the first defenses had been put up, they were put up very quickly. And then when Rommel got sent to the coastline to check on the defenses, he ordered a lot of it to be redone like this because it was rushed, and the generals were saying that the men were tired. And he said, "Yeah, well, what do you want? Tired men or dead men?" So this is a little pit for a MG42 team, and I've already measured it. The whole base with the figures fit. So this is just for the gameplay, and then this is going to get painted, so it's just like a slip trench sort of thing. Nothing too hectic there. I might update it a little bit, but I'm just reminding my viewers here that there will be detailing like sandbags and tank traps and dragon's teeth and that type of thing. So those details are going to come in. This is purely the base work. So like any little areas like this, even on top here, maybe all along there, the rim, all along here, I'm going to try and get as many sandbags as possible and have the gaps and everything. So yeah, so this has been updated and dried. This is a bit of a work in progress. I've had to patch up with new layers of a different plaster because for some reason this filler that I used a lot of it to cover the most of this piece, and you have to use water. The problem is when it dries, because it's not on a flat surface, it causes these little air bubbles. At the moment they look like bullet holes. So I'm going to leave some of them, but the problem is there were just too many, so I was like, no. So I'm going to leave them as is. The bunker, I would say, has been completed. Let's just get it to focus there. Sorry about the lighting, guys. I might go over it with my mini sander just to smoothen it off a teeny bit, but in a way it's given that rough concrete look. I'm going to go over it with a bit of another coat to, detail it a little bit. Yes, it does look incredibly scruffy, guys. I haven't built bunkers myself before. I did them for the D-Day build for Flames of War, and because they were so small, I could use the card, and I got away with it. This I've used a very cheap foam, so it didn't come out the way I wanted. But I mean, you guys can let me know. I don't have some of the proper tools to get it to look exactly like those bunkers, but I don't know. You guys, as I said, you guys can let me know what you think. I don't see it as a problem. It kind of looks like the one from Saving Private Ryan. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. And then I've had to flip the board because of space and work, so I can work along here. So yes, so what can we see? So yes, so that's the MG pit covered. Bit of an infantry thing going on here. I'm going to add the details, as I said, the static weapons, the ammo boxes and all of that. Not too much because I want you to be able to put menu. Remember, the key of this build is it's playable. So even in here, you can put an MG42 team, you can put infantry. If the game's going and you don't really want to stuff miniatures in there and keep taking them in and out, I know a lot of guys have made tokens for that type of thing, so you can put it on top and be like, okay, infantry in there. And then obviously everyone here, and then I'm going to add some barbed wire and, stuff like that. So before I continue on the other changes, the whole point of this table, and I know it's a lot longer than the standard gaming tables that the guys play on. I know it's usually 60 by 40, something like that. But this is quite easily playable. So the whole style of the game, for example, is obviously the allies will land here, and from like the water, this is your play surface. And then obviously the defenders will be defending the bunkers, so this is like a victory point, that type of thing, an objective, whatever you want to call it. And then obviously we know how D-Day went. The whole objective was to get past the Atlantic Wall and breach it. So you can be probably wondering what's going on here. So I wasn't happy with this leveled out. I feel like I wasn't utilizing the space, so I've let this dry. It's set. I'm going to go over it with another batch of plaster and actually level this and then bring it down here. So something can go here, whether it's a tank or another, not a trench, like a sandbag emplacement for a 20mm or something. I'm figuring out what to do there. That little ditch over there, I figured some mobile artillery piece, a small half track with a mortar, or a mortar team can go there. So standard mortar team or the mortar half track. Then that trench over there, as I said, that is going to be a quick trench. Also can be filled with a decent amount of infantry. And then the rim, if you can see there. So here, that is going to have sandbags on it. And then I've finished the draw going up here. So you're going to have two options. Either you bring up all your infantry here or split them and go up this little draw. And I'm sure there'll be a few rules for that. So yeah, what else can I talk about? No, nothing else. As I said, figuring out what to go on to there. There is slow progress being done. This has been finished. Quite happy with how that turned out. And then what I'm going to add from here to here. Now you guys can let me know. Option A will be this. Option A will be a trench. So something like this, but like that. I know it'll look a bit World War I. So yes, so it'll be either a trench. So this is like the last defensive line before pushing further into Normandy sort of thing. So this will be the last defensive line. So if you've been pushed back, you can put a whole lot of your guys here, which I think is more doable for gaming. Or this. I will just get some scattered terrain and I'll be back in a moment, guys. And we're back. So yeah, so this is my option B. Sorry, I'm getting a bit tongue-tied. So option A, so you guys can let me know down in the comments. Option A will be a continuation of defenses like this, with maybe a bunker. Or option B, I've got a few of these lying around which I've just completed. Don't mind the gun, that's just for gameplay purposes. So I've got two of these that can go sort of next to each other like that. Along here, so some destroyed buildings. The other idea I could do is do the trenches in a way where if I choose to set up a bit of a playable table, these can cover the trenches. So it can either be, you lift them up, you've got a trench you put them down, you've got buildings. So I could go for that. So let me know down in the comments what you think, guys. Option A, trench. B, these, or do both and then try and make it universal. But other than that, I think that's as far as I can update you now. I do apologize. I'm getting slightly annoyed with deliveries at the moment. I have ordered the longest day box set through one of my local shops because that set does come with a lot of the terrain pieces that I need to really get a move on with this. It's also the start of my second bolt action force, which would be Americans. So the infantry and that will be a bonus in the set, plus the D-Day tank, the DD tank, the duplex drive Sherman. But it also comes with a few German defenses that I do need. And so yeah, I've got a plan B if it doesn't arrive, but it is taking time. It's not really the fault of the shop. It's just ordering in general, I think, with COVID and that. So I do apologize for that, but I am trying to get as much as possible done by that stage. I don't really want to start plastering any more along here or painting, putting any more base colors down because, as I said, I might do more trenches. I need to put tank defenses down. So yeah, as for the road I'm still busy with. I'm just trying to Dremel it out, but I think what I'm going to do is take this thing outside as soon as the weather improves and then take the sand and just Dremel out some of the road. But other than that, that is as far as I can go. Before I end, the other silly mistake I made, which I have no idea why, because it's something I always do in my process, is before I add plaster, I go over everything with a sander to give it that smooth edge. For some reason I didn't. But then again, in this case, it's given it that rough, earthy terrain look. Not the paint, I mean I visited Normandy myself and it wasn't very smooth a lot of the places. So yeah, you guys can let me know about that option and then in general what you think of the board so far. I know D-Day is a common thing to see on YouTube among hobby enthusiasts, but this is my design for my build, which I've been wanting to do for a long time. So yeah, you guys can let me know, and when this is done, I will do more videos when it's done. But I hope you'll all join me when it is done to hit the beach and look at the final outcome of what this board will look like. And then I will document maybe 1 or 2 games on it when it has been completed. I'm hoping it's going to get done soon. I don't want to take too much time on this because I'm already working on another one. Just thinking of the idea. But for now, this is all I can say for now until the next update. So as always, thanks guys. Thanks for the support. I've just seen I've hit 120 subscribers. I'm super pleased. I hope it continues. I will try and like and subscribe as many of your channels. I have subscribed to a few of you guys that have been supporting me. I thank you so much. As always, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe and let me know what you think and the update on that back end over there. Cool. Stay safe.